I thought the GR Corolla was going to be kind of lame. I mean, this is a 3-cylinder turbocharged car. I was wrong. I've been living with this for a while, so I'm going to tell you guys what it's like to live with, fuel economy, all of that. I'll put a link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get right into the review. Under the hood is a turbo 1.6 liter 3-cylinder that goes through a 6-speed manual. Fuel economy is 21 around town, 28 on the highway. I'll show you guys the fuel economy I've been averaging. It's better than I expected. Power outputs are 300 horsepower and then 295 pound-feet of torque. I'm trying to hit 500,000 subscribers before the end of the year. I'd really appreciate it if you'd help out with that. This is the loaded up version of the GR, so it's got the cool hood vents. Of course, you've got the sharp headlights that come with all Corollas, and then the GR has this custom front end with much larger openings in the GR badge. And I will say the new Corolla in general just looks aggressive, but this adds a whole nother layer of aggression. Tire and wheel setup is 235 by 40 by 18. The wheels are completely blacked out. They do give you a red brake caliper to create a little bit of contrast. And then there's of course a GR badge on the side with the side vent. And this is wider on the front and also in the rear compared to a regular Corolla, which gives the GR a very distinctive appearance. Forged carbon roof, which is a really cool addition, and then surprisingly the smaller spoiler. When it comes to key fob features, we've got our lock and unlock function with the Toyota logo, and then they do give you a nice GR logo on the back of the key fob. Now the hatch is of course manual for the opening. You got your cargo cover built in from the factory. You can see a little bit of reinforcement there. I love the GR logo on that. But yeah, I mean, this is a compact car, so not crazy amount of space, but it's very usable. Cool sharp taillight design here in the rear, and then at the very bottom we have 3 exhaust tips, 1 per cylinder. That will cap things off for the exterior of the GR. Let's now check out the interior. Toyota does give you some nice soft touch with stitching there on the bottom of the door panel. Lots of piano black trim too. And then the seats have nice inserts, and then you've got kind of like, and it's not real leather, but leather-like trim on the sides. Now this is a compact, so it's not gonna have crazy space in the back, but I do technically fit. Got a little storage pocket, and I do have access to some charging ports. Headroom here in the back, not crazy spacious, but again, it's good enough. We do have keyless entry for up front, and let's pop in. The front door panel adds soft touch to the top section, more red stitching. Blind spot monitoring with the mirrors. Then the front seats are pretty snazzy with the GR logo there, bucket type design. The seats are manual with the adjustments. 3-pedal layout down below, and then we do have our little heated steering wheel button here off to the left-hand side of the steering wheel. Start her up. Now I've got nice trim all around the steering wheel with little GR logo at the bottom. There's practical controls on either side, so this does have adaptive cruise control with lane centering. You've got your volume, voice command controls for the center gauge cluster on the left side. This does come with a cool digital gauge cluster. You guys can see I've been averaging over 30 miles per gallon. So yeah, you can average good fuel economy. The gauge cluster will change with some of the modes in terms of the kind of design, and it also opens up the valves to, like when you have an eco mode, it's pretty quiet. Backup camera in reverse, decent resolution. Now as for the rest of the infotainment system, shortcut bar there on the side, little volume control. But yeah, it's quick to respond, pretty easy unit to use overall. While we're on the topic of tech, this does have a heads-up display too. And there's nice soft touch trim all across the dash, so a little bit more premium for a Corolla. Speaking of premium, we do have dual zone climate with this car. The loaded up GR is also equipped with a wireless phone charging pad as well as heated seats. The IMT is for your auto rev match function, so it'll rev match for you when you downshift. Your drive mode's next to that, and stability control too. Shifter for the 6-speed manual, pretty slick setup. I'll talk about it more with the driving. And then this is for the all-wheel drive system to change the power distribution, whether it's, you know, more power to the front or to the rear, more of an equal split. Then we do have some nice red stitching there on the brake, but yeah, no center console, just kind of a little bit of random storage. So quite a bit of standard equipment. Base price $45,515. Total MSRP $48,323. Let's see how the GR Corolla performs and talk about what it's like to live with. GR Corolla. Running while I was on the side of the road, my GoPro failed, so I had to fiddle with it. But I'm really impressed with this car. First off, the body control and just the overall handling is fantastic. This is a bump, I mean, you guys will see. So kind of coming up through here, just on rails. It's so cool. It handles really well. And again, it doesn't have super wide tires, 235, pretty narrow tires. But man, can this thing go around a corner. Now the auto rev match feature, I didn't have that on. I thought I had it on. It's actually really nice for daily driving. And you know, if you really want to push it, again, here's another kind of tight, and you can see the transition there. Just fantastic body control. Like we went over a bump, because it's old train tracks, we went over a bump, down, and then back up, and it just handled it all beautifully. And this thing is pretty darn fast for a 3-cylinder. Like, look at this. Yep, you can bounce off the rev limiter too with it, which is kind of fun. It's a cool car. It is a cool car. And the fact that I'm able to get 30 miles per gallon commuting with it is, I mean, that's phenomenal in my opinion, because I had a Focus RS, I averaged 17 to 18 miles per gallon in that thing. So being able to average like pretty much twice as much almost, that's super impressive to me. And this thing has, like I said, this thing has fantastic performance. It's quick. Again, none of these hot hatches are known for sound. I will say the Focus RS with the pops, it makes out the exhaust, that's pretty cool for sound. But yeah, these, you know, hot hatches aren't known for sound. So that's not a big deal with the 3-cylinder, but 3-cylinder actually has a decent amount of character when it comes to sound. It's pretty cool. But yeah, it's got great power, good fuel economy, it's comfortable to daily drive. The auto rev match function makes daily driving even easier. They have an automatic version if you want to be really lazy. So it's really well balanced. Coming into this long-term test, I thought that I was going to be, I don't know, unimpressed with this car because of everything that it's got going on. But you know, after the whole testing and everything, and look at this, just, this thing is so zippy. It is so zippy. Anyways, yeah, I thought I was going to be unimpressed, but it turns out that I'm super impressed, way more than I thought I would be. Some other things about the GR Corolla that I like, the looks on this version. The base version looks cool. This is better with like the hood vents. It's just so aggressive looking. I think they did a fantastic job with the styling. The forged carbon roof is kind of like icing on the cake. So that's great. It doesn't have cooled seats. At this price point, I think they should have cooled seats, because I think Volkswagen, yeah, they offer it in the Golf R similar price point. So Toyota, you gotta add cooled seats at this price point if you're gonna charge this much for it. And that is something to note. This thing is expensive. I do have a bit of a problem with the price, because I've talked to a lot of people as I've had this week, and I actually was shocked. There's a lot of people that really want to buy this car. They can't afford it. And I think it's something that Toyota should understand, is they've actually priced themselves out of their core demographic, what could be their core demographic for this car. Basically, mostly dudes between the ages of 25 and 35. And the problem is, almost $50,000, like most of those guys are making maybe $50,000 a year. So like, this is just, it's out of reach, right? Because there's other expenses in life. If this was starting at the mid 30s, right, 35, and then this crazy loaded up version was just over 40 instead of being almost 50. So I'm not talking like, because this starts at about 40 and then loaded up, it's 40, right? This is 48. So I'm not talking about like a crazy price drop, but like I'd say about $5,000. Knock off about $5,000 from the price tag of the GR Corolla, and they will sell like literally more than twice as many, I would say. Because then people, I don't know, it'd be really appealing at that point. It's still appealing, but it's just expensive. So in conclusion, great fuel economy, great daily driver, super fun to drive, really well balanced. This is my favorite hot hatch. I didn't think that was gonna happen, because again, Focus RS, love that, absolutely loved it. I owned one. And then I also, you know, have a lot of love for the Honda Civic Type R and the Acura Integra Type S sibling vehicles. Those are also so well balanced. But this, surprisingly, after testing it for a week, it's better. And I've tested both the Civic Type R and the Integra Type S for a week, and I just prefer this. I do think they have like nicer elements in those cars, like the shifter is a little bit better feeling in those cars, and you know, the steering's a little bit better, but this is good enough with all of that stuff. And then you pair the sporty driving dynamics, just feel better. Like you feel like you're more, I don't know, you're having more fun with the car. Like it's more of an excitement thing. Like the new Civic and Integra have become so luxurious that a little bit of the fun's gone. This has a nice balance to it. So let me know what you guys think about the GR Corolla, but I'm extremely impressed. And I mean, I think this is like, in terms of hot hatches, this is one that can truly do it all. You can get 30 miles per gallon and have fun.